The message came late on a Friday, just as the office was winding down, and I was closing out negotiations that would push our company into several new regions before the year ended. About Christmas, it read. This year will be just immediate family. Daniel's parents are visiting. They're very corporate, very polished. We think it's best if you skip it. We don't want uncomfortable conversations about everything. You get it, right? I stared at the screen longer than I should have, then typed a single word. Okay. My sister Lena had always known how to present perfection. I'd learned to work quietly, to let results speak instead of charm. I kept my professional life far from family gatherings, and now my absence was being framed as a convenience, a way to keep questions away from her new in-laws. Mateo Cruz, our head of operations, noticed my pause mid-breath. Family trouble? He asked gently. Nothing unexpected, I said, locking my phone. Where are we with the Hawthorne acquisition? Final review on Monday, he replied. They want the full tour, your strategy overview, integration roadmap. Their CEO is flying in himself. Richard Hawthorne. The name settled heavily in my chest. Does he have a son named Julian? Mateo checked his tablet, then looked up sharply. Yes. Married last fall. Why? Because he married my sister. The room went quiet. I kept my tone steady, because steadiness was the only armor I had. And apparently my parents think it's better if I disappear so no one asks who I am. Mateo gave a short, incredulous laugh. So, what's the plan? We do Monday exactly right, I said, opening our presentation file. If they recognize me, fine. If they don't, we close a deal with people who already decided who I was without knowing me. That's cold, he said. That's accurate, I corrected. Help me make this impossible to turn down. Monday arrived crisp and bright. I dressed carefully, dark suit, light blouse, hair secured tight. In the lobby, a framed business magazine displayed my face and name from a recent feature. I didn't slow down. The conference room was ready. Screens lit, documents aligned, team focused. At 9:45, the Hawthorns walked in. Julian first, confident, handsome, familiar in a distant way. His mother followed, elegant and measured. Two senior executives came next, and finally Richard Hawthorne himself, calm and commanding, the kind of man who expected rooms to bend slightly toward him. None of them knew me. At my sister's wedding, I'd been background. No introductions, no conversations, no curiosity. Mr. Hawthorne, I said, extending my hand. Welcome. I'm Elena Park. He shook it firmly. We've heard strong things. We aim to earn them, I replied. As they sat, Julian kept glancing my way, his brow furrowed as if trying to retrieve a misplaced thought. Have we met before? He asked. Not formally, I said. I attended your wedding. The air shifted. Richard looked at me more closely. You were at my son's wedding? Yes. I let the pause stretch, then added evenly. Lena Park is my sister. Silence pressed down on the table. His wife's composed smile faltered. Julian's color drained. Richard's gaze flicked briefly toward the lobby, where my photograph waited on glossy paper. And your family chose not to include you this Christmas, he said slowly. They didn't want questions about me. I answered, meeting his eyes. I slid the proposal folder forward. We can talk logistics and scalability, or you can take a moment to process that. Richard exhaled, then gave a restrained nod. Let's talk business. Show me this works at our size. The lights dimmed. Our system came alive on the wall, networks adapting, risks recalculating, routes shifting in real time. I watched their reactions instead of the data. Recognition came first, then respect. When the presentation ended, Richard nodded once. We'll move forward today, he said. This is a strategic decision. That's all I ask, I replied, surprised at how calm I sounded. Signatures followed. Commitments became real. Julian lingered as the others gathered their coats. Elena.
I'm sorry.
Lena never mentioned. She was never asked, I said quietly. Remember that. At the door, Richard paused. For what it's worth, you're welcome at our Christmas table. No explanations required. After they left, My phone buzzed with my sister's name. I let it go to voicemail, then sent a message instead. I'm not something to hide. We'll talk later. That evening, I stayed late, the city glowing beneath the windows. I wasn't heading anywhere to be judged. I was moving forward, on my own terms. By Christmas Eve, I was with my team, celebrating what we'd built. On New Year's Day, I accepted the dinner invitation. And when my sister arrived, she came ready to finally see me clearly.